Hey, hi, I'm Ayush from EaseIt, and in this video we'll be talking about if function in Excel and how to use it. We'll also cover an example, so stay tuned and watch on.
So what is the if function? Well, it's a function that checks whether the condition I specified is true or false and then returns one value if it's true and another if it's false. So there are different ways in which you can use an if formula. For example, if I set no parameters in it. First of all, let's see the example itself. Let's put an is equal to sign first. That tells Excel that this is not data and this is a function. Then comes the function name itself. So in this case, it's going to be if. Then you can press tab to auto complete it, or you can just put your curly braces in. If your now it's saying logical test, so a logical test is your condition. So the condition that I'm going to put this in this one is that our value in A17 should be equal to 55. Okay, so as it's a number, we'll put no curly braces alongside it, and then value if true. So let's test out the demo case first, the default case, which we call it the default case. So as you notice that there are square brackets where the function is defined, value if true and value if false are optional, that means. So let's not pass anything in those and let's run the function. So it returned 0. What 0 means is that this function was true, because in the default case, if the value is true, it will return 0. So as it returns 0, we know the value was true. So this is the default case. If you pass no parameters, if function will return 0 or 1. But what if we want true and false, which is obviously far more easy to read? So in that case, we'll have to tell Excel that the condition will be the same, 55, and if it's true, I want you to return true, which is a boolean value. We can even pass it as a string, but then it will be a string. We need boolean values over here. True is the one we want if it's true, and if it's false, we want the value to be returned false. So as soon as we returned it, it showed the result as true, which means on running that function, it run this test, this condition, got it equal to 55, so it was true, and ran the value is true. We can also do something else. We can play with it a bit. What if we want to confuse someone, and if it's true, we want the value to be returned as false, and if it's false, we want it to return true. So we can also do that. In that case, it was true, the value came true, so it went, checked the condition, it came out to be true, then it returned the value which was true, which in this case was false. A bit confusing, but this is just to tell you that you can put any value and it will return those values as you put them. Okay, the third example, let's put an is equal to sign. Let's write if. So I want the value to be returned welcome to India if my condition is true and this cell is equal to India, and I want it to return global site if it's false. So we can either pass references to the variables which we want to be returned when it's true or false, or we can hard code it. For example, let's hard code it in this example, but let's put the condition as a soft coded value as a reference. So I want A19 to be is equal to this value, and if that's true, I want it to return welcome. I don't know how to type welcome to India, and if it's false, I want it to return global site. So on doing this, we find that the value comes out to be the same. So now moving onwards, we have our main example in which we'll check if function in its full glory. So this is an example. I have names over here and marks in the second column. I want if function to tell me whether the person that I'm checking the marks for is pass or fail. So we'll write if, put the logical test, which is I wanted to check whether the marks present in B column, B5 to be exact in this case, are greater than 40 or not, and if they are greater than 40, I want the student to be pass, otherwise I want him to be fail. So as soon as I put it, we can see that Sam with marks 55 got passed, which is quite clear as his marks is greater than 40. So we'll obviously pass him. So to drag the formula down, we have two options. We can either click on the plus that comes when we go to the corner of the cell and drag it down, or we can just double click at the plus sign when it comes. So double click and it copied the formula down. So now we can see that in our C7 row we have the formula as if B7 greater than 40, pass, otherwise fail. So on dragging the formula down, we find these values. We can see that Sam with 55 marks is pass, and we can see that Ayush with 20 marks is fail. So why is that? Because in this, as we drag the formula down, it also changed the references. So in this case, for C7, it checked B7 and checked whether Ayush had marks greater than 20. As I did not have marks greater than 20, it declared me fail. But what are the exceptions to this? Well, the condition that we put was greater than and not greater than equal to. That means anyone greater than 40 marks and not 40 marks will be declared as pass. We can clearly see this in the case of John, who had 40 marks and still managed to fail. I feel sorry for you, John. That's because we put in greater than sign only. If we put in greater than equal to sign, which tells Excel that it should be equal to 40 or above it, then we see that our friend John passed the examination.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and comment down below. Also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon.